Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you all for joining again all over the world. And we are here again for the part 2 of our conference. And this morning was so amazing, powerful stories. And we can't wait to start sharing those videos with you guys so that when you watch it, don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you share. By sharing, it's gonna give it's going to help someone as well to know how to reach out or who to reach out to when something is going on. So this is our part 2, the day 3 out of our 6 days that we put together to celebrate women and also to come together as a sister. This is a sisterhood, celebrating when women 1, 2, 3 come together and celebrating other women. Just know that you are celebrating yourself as well. So we are here, and welcome, ladies. And I'm here with my co-host, Coach Janine Bunzigie, Miss Rhonda, Miss Jasandra, and Mrs. Rosalyn, straight from Canada. And we are all from all over there. Thanks to social media. Thank you for creating all this powerful platform for us. Whenever we keep connecting and making amazing things happening. So back to you, Coach Janine, and back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Sandra. And yes, we are very glad that since this morning we were very blessed with powerful speakers, like we call them, change makers, that they really gave us very good, I would definitely say some instruction for us to have some tools. So thank you for coming back again. Merci beaucoup encore. Moi, c'est Janine Brunziguier ou Coach Janine. Je suis avec ma co-host, Coach Sandra, et elle est la présidente, la fondatrice de Speaker for a Change. Donc, nous avons commencé depuis mardi, on va continuer jusqu'au dimanche. Donc, ce matin, on a été vraiment bénis avec des speakers qui ont parlé de beaucoup d'éléments, comment être un leader authentique, et donc nous a donné beaucoup de conseils. Donc, on a pris note et à la fin de la conférence, on pourra mettre tous les notes ensemble pour qu'on puisse partager à tout le monde. Donc, on n'aura plus des excuses parce qu'on a déjà beaucoup de tools pour savoir et puis commencer à marcher dans toutes ces principes, parce qu'on nous a donné beaucoup de principes vraiment, et qu'on devait vraiment suivre ça pour continuer dans ce parcours d'un authentique leader. So, tu es vraiment en train de nous suivre depuis. On a commencé ce chemin depuis le premier, en train d'encourager les femmes qui sont dans les entreprises, les femmes qui sont en train de diriger des associations, n'importe quel, encourage et continue à encourager les femmes à côté de toi, parce que nous sommes en train de leur célébrer chaque jour. Donc, cet après-midi encore, nous avons encore 3 speakers que nous allons être ensemble. Nous allons avoir une conversation sur le leadership et ils vont aussi nous expliquer leur parcours. Donc, merci beaucoup de vous connecter sur YouTube, Facebook, en Afrique, partout là où vous êtes, en tout cas, en Europe aussi. Merci beaucoup. Et Coach Sandra. Okay. I think that we are going to take some few minutes.
Okay. Thank you. And sorry. All right. Like Coach Janine said, yes, we are here till Sunday. Please, when you see the link, just connect and listen and watch. You're going to be so amazing, inspired. Because these 3 days, I'm learning so much. And like we say, even you are a mentor, you still need a mentor. You are a coach, you still need a coach. Because as a human, we never stop learning. We're going to continue learning every single day. And if you are out there thinking you know it all and you don't need to learn, then just know that you finish your life on earth. So if you are out there, you need to be connected and learn more from these amazing women. So back to you, Janine.
All right. Now we're going to invite our own Rhonda. She's amazing, amazing, amazing lady that I've known so many, many years ago. Oh my goodness. Our paths just crossed because we work together. We definitely there's so many ideas we started really coming together. I said, oh Jenny, let's do this, let's do, and we started really planning. But of course, life happens and different things happen. And then we actually did some incredible work with women. Actually, we started
Yeah.
doing some different workshop with women and so forth. And then I just loved her. She's just amazing. She's always
Oh.
there supporting me all the way. Even though sometimes it was really hard. Especially being in Vermont, sometimes there were a lot of stuff that with life you feel yourself like, oh, I need to keep going, but you have those people
Mm.
that's always encouraging you. So she's always been very supportive. And then we started working together, like I said, in partnership, and also with in my company with you solution. She's definitely part of the crew. She's always been there, and we started always planning, because our goal is to continue to empower women through leadership. Both of us, Rhonda and I, we do professional development training,
Mm-hmm.
speaking engagement, all of that leadership training. So she was really somebody that, whatever when I just, okay, Rhonda, let's plan that, let's do that. So she was always, especially being in Vermont. And even though I moved from Vermont and I went to another place, we were always in connection. My family loved her. She knows them too. So definitely, to me, it's a pleasure to bring her
Mm.
on this platform so she can be able to share with you some tools. She's a trainer. She's doing so many things, especially she has a passion for theater and youth and just all of the empowerment for women. She has worked in different projects. I think in Iran, I think she was helping some women and projects. So she's the woman who can definitely give us tools again this afternoon, how to be an authentic leader in her own journey. So please, Rhonda, take it
Take it
away.
away.
Yes.
Thank you, Janine. It's such a pleasure. This has been 20 years that we've been talking about
Yeah,
this, right?
that's
And
right.
and Janine is on fire, on absolutely on fire. So expect big things. So welcome everybody out there, and I am so happy to be here, and I am so privileged. I feel so honored to be in the company of these powerful and inspiring women. It's been quite a time. So my name is Rhonda B. Freed. I don't think my parents knew that they actually named me that, but that has been my journey for freedom towards full self expression from myself and for other people. And I'm an international coach and a consultant and a trainer. And for more than 2 decades, I've had one foot in the business world and one foot in the creative world, mostly in theater. I work in organizations and schools, mostly using theater as a learning tool. And I'm not a great actress. I'm a terrible actress, but I am a great director. I love directing. I love taking the story and the vision of a piece and creating it and making it happen. And so after directing scripted plays and musicals and the usual stuff that everybody does, I wanted more. I wanted something deeper. And I became expert at creating or helping people craft their stories and original theater pieces around the issues that concern them, like with children, with adolescents, with teachers, with communities like the refugee and immigrant communities. And I love it. I love it. So that's what I do. And currently I am concentrating on public speaking and stories that sell, because I truly, truly believe that everybody has something important to say, and I help them say it. And you know that feeling when you know what you want to say, but you can't quite get at it, or you know that what you're saying doesn't quite land or is as effective as you would like it to be. That's what I help people do, and that's my joy. So that's what I do. So that's what I'm doing now these days. And oh, have you ever read the book A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle? It was a movie with Oprah. There's a character in that book whose job in the universe is to name things. She says, nothing comes into existence until it is named. And I love that. And if that lands for you, write something in the chat, because that so moves me. Because when you name a thing, it suddenly exists. So language is very, very important and very dear to my heart as well. So today I'm going to change things up a little bit. I am not going to talk about my pain point. I am not going to talk about your pain point. I'm going to talk about your client's pain points through story. I'm going to give you some tips about elements of a story that you can use to attract the people that you want to do business with. Stories have always been integral in my work, and actually they are in yours too. We're always telling stories. So let's get started. So I have to tell you, I have these little cheat sheets I never use that when I talk, but because the time is so compressed, I want to make sure I get everything in. So if you see me looking down, I apologize. So, okay. So let me tell you a story. Some time ago, I was invited to a group of women, Congolese women called Congo Emojo. And they were a group of women from Congo who came to Vermont, my community, and they came to socialize, but they also came to be political. They were political, and basically they wanted the larger community to know, A, what's going on in the Congo, and B, what it took to get them to America. And they showed me their flyers, they showed me their posters, and there were things like 200,000 women have been raped in the Congo over a certain amount of time. One every 48 hours, a woman is being raped. My reaction? I totally froze. I just couldn't contain those kinds of statistics, went right over my head. And I can't speak to other cultures, but I can tell you, in America, those kind of statistics we just don't get it. We just don't get it. So I sat there and I started asking the women, what stories do you have? Who do you know who's been through something like that? Or have you been something like that? And this story started to come, and through that we created a beautiful short theater piece that we toured around for a while for different people, and it was very successful. And the story I'm going to give you a part of so that you can feel the difference. If you feel the difference, let me know, between one person and 48 people are raped in a day and this beginning of a story. So one went like this. I was in my hut at night. I could smell the smoke of the dinner fires heavy in my nostrils and throughout the hut. It was still, very still, so still that even the birds were quiet. We were all scared. Have you ever been so scared that you couldn't even control your body? I couldn't stop shaking. I held my son tightly. He was 4. I couldn't let him know how scared I was. I couldn't fall asleep at first, and finally did with him warm against my body. Suddenly, there was a great banging outside. I was too terrified to look until. So, what I want you to know about the beginning of this story, first of all, there was a question. Have you ever been so scared that you couldn't even control your body? You're starting to bring people into your experience, and that's what you want to do with people. You want to create relationship. So that is a great way to do it, is to ask a question. Do you ever have, do you ever feel? The other is the details. Every sense, try to put in the senses. For example, like the dinner fires that were heavy in your nostrils, and the fear and holding your child warm and close to your body. Those are the kinds of things you want to include in your story. Now, notice, and you want to put as many details in as possible. And the story doesn't have to be long, it just has to be full. So, I want to talk about give you another example from a client that I'm working with right now who has founded a nonprofit and is putting together a fundraising event, and we're working on her speech. I'm going to read you 2 introductory paragraphs that are very similar, and I would like you to listen for any distinctions, any differences in what you hear and how you feel. So here goes. So, first one. Hi, and welcome. I'm Dr. Heidi Pottinger, and I am so grateful to be here with you all today. As the founder and executive director of Charm, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our first ever Somewhere Over the Rainbow celebration, a benefit and celebration for Charm. I'd like to tell you a story. Max was 9. He came from Nogales, Arizona to our camp. One of our first activities was to teach Max to listen to his heart. We taught him to first listen to his heartbeats by using the rhythm of the drums we gave all of the kids. Later, Dr. Kathleen Friend led us all in a heart rhythm meditation to hear what our hearts were telling us. When we came out of the meditation, Dr. Friend asked the children what they heard. Max proudly raised his hand. Max shared that he learned from his heart that he had a strength he never knew he had. It was the same strength his younger sister Sadie had when she was alive. He was so surprised to learn that he had that strength too. And this is the revised version. Hi, and welcome to our first ever Somewhere Over the Rainbow celebration. I'm Dr. Heidi Pottinger, and as the founder and executive director of Charm, I'm so grateful to be here with you all today. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our first ever Somewhere Over the Rainbow celebration, a benefit and celebration for Charm. First, a story. He came from Nogales, Arizona to our 3-day camp. He had lost his sister Sadie 4 months before, and he was devastated. Camp was the last place he wanted to be. Max first learned to listen to his heart. He listened to his heartbeats by using the rhythm of the drums that we gave each of the kids. Later, Dr. Kathleen Friend led us all in a heart rhythm meditation to hear what our hearts were telling us. She told us to breathe deeply, put our hands on our hearts, and had us imagine a beautiful, safe place where we could return any time we wanted. After a time, she asked to listen to what they heard. When we came out of the meditation, Dr. Friend asked the children what they had heard. Max immediately raised his hand. Max shared that he learned from his heart that he had a strength he never knew he had. It was the same strength his younger sister Sadie had when she was alive. He was so surprised to learn that he had that strength too. Now, there's nothing wrong with that first paragraph, but if you noticed in the second paragraph, first I separated the benefit, the name of the benefit, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then I introduced Heidi as the director, so it wasn't in the same sentence, and you had time to ingest what the celebration was and who was doing it. And also, did you notice that at first we said Max was 9, and then I said Max is 9, so I am bringing you into Max's experience. And then the details. In the first one, when Dr. Kathleen Friend was doing the meditation, they talked about the meditation. The second time, I brought you into the meditation. We breathed deeply. We had our hands on our hearts. And we had that image of that beautiful place in the imagination that you can go and return to. So you are with us. You are there. Do you see how that's building towards relationship and connection? That's what it's about. And that's what you want to do before you even bring up a service or a product that you are selling or sharing. And then next part. This is what we do. Charm stands for Child Health and Resilience Mastery. We strengthen resilient hearts. What does that mean? Resilience means something different to everyone. People often consider resilience to be the ability to bounce back. No, that's not what it means to us at Charm. Resilience is the hard-earned opportunity that arises when your heart is cracked wide open, when the light can reach and transform the deepest part of you, allowing you to grow. What do you think people are going to walk away with? That image, at least this is what I hope you're thinking, that image of a cracked heart and the light coming through it. I think that's a gorgeous image, and that's what she's trying to get across. Also, it will really help if you have a testimonial that you can bring up of a past client. For example, they also work in schools. This was the most heartfelt and rewarding workshop I ever attended. Thank you so much. I got to grieve the loss of in-person teaching. This has given me a tremendous drive and passion within me to try and change the world and make the good greatness come out of all of us, beyond words at the moment. An elementary school educator. So again, the immediacy, the connection, the relationship. Now I want you to listen to the very last part. Tonight, this is what the original was. Tonight, we are thrilled to welcome you all as we celebrate our triumphs from the children and families we have the privilege of serving, to the volunteers who selflessly bring our programs to life, to the donors and leaders in our community who make our work possible. And that's where she ended. And what do you think is missing? Does anybody have any idea? Okay, I have to find my page. So what's missing is this, a call to action. So this is what we amended it to. We added, we also look toward the future to continue to expand our reach across southern Arizona, where they're going. We are looking to raise $50,000, a number, a detail, through donations or endowments that would allow us to focus all our time and efforts toward empowering children and families to strengthen their resiliency, bringing back to what their services are, to support families in grief, to empower upward mobility for families in our communities, and to nurture safer and healthier communities from the inside out, to heal hearts that have cracked open. Repeating the image. Who has not had a heart that has not cracked open? Listen to your heart. What does it tell you? Will you join our charm? I don't know, it gets me, I'll tell you. And the reason it gets me is this last paragraph, it's a call to action. It's actually asking for us. A lot of people, when they are talking about their nonprofits or their for-profits, don't tell people what they want. Like, why are you telling me this? What's the purpose of what you're telling me about? And what do you want from me? I was working with a woman in Rome, and she was the executive director of an environmental conservation agency, and she spoke all over Europe. And she had all these long speeches, and she was always disappointed at the end because she never got participation or feedback. And it's because she never asked for it. What she wanted was participation. What she wanted was to ask people what they thought and what they could do, what was the next step. And we had to put all those things in. You think that you have, but in truth, you haven't. And that's a really important piece, is the call to action. So, to recap, stories rather than statistics are what really tell. Now, I'm not saying that you can't add statistics, but you have to be in relationship first. You have to build that story and build that experience before. You want to start with a question to draw people in. Do you ever feel, do you need something like that? Then you appeal to the senses. You put in as many senses and as many details as you possibly can to make the experience relatable. Then you put in a testimonial or result. And then at last, you add your call to action. Why are you telling me this, and what do you want me to do as a result? The bottom line is that the question is not about how you sell. It's how you connect human to human. It's, what you're selling, you're not selling a product or a service. You're selling relationship. You're selling connection. And isn't that what leadership is? You don't even mention, as I said, your sales or your product till after you have established this. Once people trust and love you, then they will follow you anywhere. So again, business, like leadership and life, is all about relationship. That's what this conference is about. Connection, support, and being clear about who we are and what we want. And I want to leave you with this exercise that we don't have time to do together, but I'm hoping that you will do at home. It's a bit tangential. But I want you to take a piece of paper, and I want you to write down 3 people who you love, respect, and admire, alive or dead. Part 1. Part 2. Write down why you respect and admire and love them. part 3. When you're done with that, I want you to go back to your list and distill in one word what each of these people mean to you. And you can either have 3 words, one for each person, or you can have one through word that is in common with all 3 people. And know this: you cannot recognize a quality in someone else unless you have it in yourself. And when you you're faced with an obstacle in your business, when it gets hard, when you need support, you look at that word, because that's your word and that's the leader that you are. So, thank you for letting me share with you what I love to do. And if you want to work with me or talk to me more, I'll put my contact information in the chat. And I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rhonda, for these tools that you're giving us this afternoon. We're definitely glad that, especially when you talked about the three people. Can you repeat again so people can understand and more slowly?
Oh,
so
the exercise?
The exercise,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
So, you write down 3 people that you love, respect, and admire, alive or dead. And you write down next to their names why you love, respect, and care for them. And then you go back to your list and you distill those things into one word, either one word for each of those people or one word for all those people that they have in common. And that is the word that expresses you as a leader. And that's the word that you go back to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're having a hard time. That's what that's about.
Thank you.
You're
Our
welcome.
question to you, Rhonda, is can you share more about the women who inspire you or people who inspire you when you started first your journey, and people that you always go, to be able to be accountable with?
So many people. I've always been very lucky about support, and people, Nellie McCaslin, who taught me educational drama at NYU when I wasn't even enrolled in school until the second semester, and she thought to ask me, "Are you even enrolled here?" Because we had been working together for almost a year, and all kinds of people. Maya Angelou, Katharine Hepburn, people that Oprah Winfrey, who is my hero, and I've been listening to her, and she's just amazing. And later on, a lot of books. Presently, I am obsessed with the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I use it as a reference book for courage and being human. Lauren Isley, who is he's dead unfortunately, but he's a naturalist and a scientist who talks about nature in poetic terms. And of course, I live in Vermont, so nature is very important to me. And my mentors I have amazing friends. I have, Janine is one of them. And we always talk about life and talk about what we do and how we love what we do and how we can do more of what we love. That will inspire people, because I think that leadership is a space that people step into, so that you want to be, or I want to be, that space where people step in and feel automatically empowered and can see their skills and are not afraid to use them along the way. So that's some of the people that I've been thinking of, and there are like tons of them, but yes.
Thank you so much. Anybody else has a question for Rhonda? We're going to put all the exercise that she mentioned, and also we're going to put all our speakers, all of them, the one who participate already and the one who going to participate as well, all the website and links we're going to put at the end of our conference so everybody can get access to it, because the main idea, the main purpose of this conference, we really wanted everybody to connect. And so that's really our way to empower one another. And we're building up a platform of these great women. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to be posting a lot of information at the end of the conference. So thank you, Rhonda.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
Coach,
you.
Coach Sandra.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Honda. Thank you.
Thank you,
And you
Sandra.
say you're welcome. Nothing comes to existence until it's named. So that means a lot.
Don't you
And
love
also
that? Yes.
and everything that you are looking out there also is inside you. Work on yourself, build yourself every single day. Don't when sometimes we forget and we praise people out there who don't even know anything about us. Why can't you work on yourself and put yourself out there as well? So when you look at my things, yes, I praise people, but I praise myself a lot. Because when I look, I'm like, yes, today is your day. You look beautiful. Get out there and just make things happen. Always make things happen. Every day is like a second chance for us that things we couldn't have done yesterday can be done today. So work it out every single day. And we are here, all the women are here, all the information, like the coach Janine already said that we're gonna share everything. Connect with them, message them, ask questions. Even if you don't have money, today we understand that everyone is struggling and there is a way to help one another and they're gonna help you, put you out there. So we are here and don't hesitate to connect. Thank you, ladies, and back to you, Janine.
Okay, thank you. Merci beaucoup d'avoir connecté avec nous. I'm switching between French and English because we have a lot of people to connecting and we are multi-community. So we'd have to going back and forth. But on a été vraiment ravis d'avoir Miss Rhonda. Elle nous a parlé de leadership et comment est-ce que tu peux communiquer ton histoire. C'est-à-dire, chacun de nous a une histoire. Donc, en tant que leader, tu as toujours les paroles pour les gens, mais aussi tu dois parler de ton histoire afin que les gens puissent te connaître et aussi afin que les gens puissent se connecter à toi. Donc, merci beaucoup à Rhonda. Elle nous a parlé de être clair dans ton message et dire aux gens ce que tu veux que les gens puissent faire. Donc, surtout, elle est en train de former aussi dans le speaking, public speaking. Donc, quand tu as un message et tu sais que tu es appelé à parler devant les gens. Donc, commence déjà à te former par rapport à ça. Si tu veux les informations par rapport à des formations, n'hésite pas. Tu peux contacter Coach Sandra ou bien moi-même, on pourra te connecter avec Rhonda et puis tu pourras prendre des formations. Thank you so much, guys. And definitely, Rhonda, you can tell that she's really a trainer because she was definitely giving us some tools about how to sell your story. But definitely the most important one I really retain, it's be authentic, be yourself, tell your story, and be clear about what you're asking people to do, because that's the most important thing to do. Be clear in your message, be clear in everything you're doing as a leader, because you are being called to be, giving people clarity and giving people guidance. So when you don't know what you're asking people, it's going to be hard for people to follow you. And they're not really buying your program, but they're really connecting to you, or they're connecting to your story. And whenever you're sharing, you definitely also opening up many opportunity for them to be inspired and to be empowered. So that's what we've been doing since March 1st. And we're going to continue to do every single day. And also since Tuesday afternoon, this is what we've been doing together with all these great women. So we have our second speaker. I think she has an emergency, so she will be able to join us later on. But we're just going to move on to our third speaker, which is Coach Tara. So thank you so much, Coach Tara, for being here already. And we are going very shortly to be giving her the floor. But before that, Coach Sandra, you have something to say?
You said it all, but also through this platform, we want to remind you one of our sister is in and she have an event coming on the 27th, and we want to ask you all to come together and so we can support her. So I'm gonna give her I'm gonna let her pass the message so that all of you need to to connect, so that yes, we need to learn how to do all that now, because the world is growing and you need to be a part of that growth. So back to you, Sister Gisandra. Can you take over and explain to people about your upcoming events? Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this event that we're having on the 27th. And yes, I don't know about you all, but we all have a Bitcoin story. I think we, at this point, is celebrated its 11th year of existence last year, 2020. So at this point, I think everybody at least knows somebody that has some type of story related to Bitcoin. I know I do. I was told about it about 11 years ago, and I couldn't wrap my brain around it. So I let that, pass me by. But a dear friend of mine, he took notice, and he made millions. And then I got another opportunity 6 months later. I mean, 6 years later, and I still didn't really take it seriously. And I bought like $25. You know, 3 months later, my friend asked me, "Did you check your wallet? Did you check to see how your Bitcoin is doing?" And I checked, and it had grown to $550. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And so from that point on, I've been a believer. And so when this friend of mine who made money with Bitcoin, he's an engineer from Nigeria, and he just had this epiphany 4 years ago that he's from the entertainment industry. He had this epiphany that he was going to just let all that go, and that he felt cryptocurrency was that link that could liberate his country, Nigeria, and not only Nigeria but all over Africa, by giving them opportunity to take control of their finances and be able to have that once in a lifetime opportunity and go from zero to hero by just being one of the early adopters of a birth of a cryptocurrency coin. And that's what happened to quite a few people. They were early adopters of Bitcoin. Bitcoin started out as like a game, like a digital game. And so those who took action, their lives changed forever. And so when he came to me last year and wanted me, because of my marketing background, he wanted me to help him get it out to the people. And so I've been embracing it now for over a year, and now we're ready to launch it. And for the last couple of months, we have actually the pandemic pushed us to do it earlier than we wanted to, but we saw the need. People were hurting, losing their jobs, all kinds of things of that nature. And he has such innovative ideas to utilize his platform, because he wasn't using a third party platform. He was creating his own blockchain. And blockchain is going to change the way we transact. All the major banks now have embraced it. Even 7-Eleven, I don't know if those who are familiar with 7-Eleven stores, they're going to start taking Bitcoin. CVS Pharmacy is positioned to do it. PayPal is already dealing with Bitcoin. Amazon has been taking Bitcoin for years. Here in Los Angeles, it's very common. There's ATMs just right around the corner from my home that take Bitcoin and convert Bitcoin to fiat US dollars. So it's here to stay. So it's imperative that our children, but not only our children, but people who are in business, you need to embrace it because it's here to stay. So I'm determined to close the digital divide, not only for people of color, but just people in general. But mainly, really, I'm focusing on people of color in particular, because I know so many people don't have a clue what it is, don't have no idea. And it's here, it's not going anywhere. And so if our children don't learn it, they're going to be behind. And even people who are in business, if they don't get it, they're going to be behind. Because right now, we can even put plugins on people's websites so they can take this coin. So just come and hear the visionary founder's vision on why he came up with this coin. And that's going to be on the 27th. That's a Saturday. Meet the founders, hear their vision, and learn about mining different cryptocurrencies and things of that nature. And then with my business community, global business community, the Trust Village, we talk about other coins as well. There's ways to get into that space, and you don't have to spend a dime, because a lot of platforms, they give away their coin just so you can get used to it and learn about it. So I'm big on education, and that's our mission, is just to educate everyone, all things digital, digital marketing, cryptocurrency, forex trading, binary options, anything that has to do with digital. It's imperative that we learn it because it's here. We're in a digital world, and so we have to adapt to it.
All
So
right. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And we're gonna share the flyer in all our social medias as well. So start sharing in groups already. So just connect, and you see there are tons of opportunities out there when you connect with people. Sometimes you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not good to with people talking and doing business. You gotta start from somewhere. Yes,
yes,
no one is born to be a seller, but this world we are living is growing fast. And the social media, the marketing is there. Just grab your part and let's all do it. Let's all do it. I love talking. And when the Forever Living the product was presented to me, business was, I was like, just sign me. I was traveling to Africa that time. And knowing that when I travel to Africa, I spend a lot, but I never got any revenue. So I said, okay, if I invest the little that I have here and come back and start this business, it's gonna grow. Right now, it's not growing the way I want it, but I know from 3 to 6, 7 months now, it's gonna grow. So you gotta connect with people. We
yes,
cannot wake up and say we don't have money. What there is business out there for you that will bring $100 a week, $200 a week, $300 a week, and up to 1,000 a month. Let's all connect. And thank you, Ms. Jasandra, for sharing this amazing opportunity. And we will all come and support you. Back to you,
thank you.
Janine. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Desandra. Yeah, we're definitely going to link all the information so people can be able to join and listen to your information, definitely, and to know more about the Bitcoin and currency. Thanks. Now we're going to invite Coach Tara to be definitely giving us some tools again and share with us her journey. I know that she's a leadership coach and she's been also doing a lot of trainings around development, professional development, and in so many areas as leaders. So this is really the topic that I think she's been doing for many, many years. So Coach Tara, if you can be able to join us and we can be able to listen and learn and empower one another.
Is the person, it's not here. Janine? She's not here.
She was here minutes ago. Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
she
her.
must,
She was here.
must have
Mhm.
dropped off.
Yeah, maybe it's a drop or something, but she was here. Yeah, she's definitely here.
Okay, before the next speaker join us, we are here. If you have any question, join us. You can just message us, and we are here. We're gonna answer all your questions, and everyone is here. Miss Rosalyn is here. She gave us her powerful story this morning, amazing one, and you need to connect with her so she can tell you more and how you can be a part of her vision and mission. And we all here have a mission. And 1, 2, 3, 4, we put our missions together. I think we can do more. We can do more. One can go, but together we can go further. So never stop believing there are good people out there. All these women you are seeing today, since Tuesday till today, and gonna meet more till Sunday, it's just social connecting, some of them. And we are like a sister, we became one voice. So why not join us? Why not be a part of this? And we will love to embrace you as well. And like Janine said, we under this conference is under Speaker for a Change organization, which empowers women and girls. And we help women, we help girls, And you can check our website at www.speakerforachange.co and message us. Our number is also out there. You can read what we do. We do so many things. We have a girl basketball club in Africa as well as boys. But since this one is particular about women, we gotta talk about women more and check on us. And the girls are so amazing. 3 of them were selected to play NBA Africa. Isn't it amazing? So support us so we can support the girls. We send hygienic products, deodorant, shampoo, and right now I'm collecting socks and shoes and also the uniform for them to look beautiful. We can all come together. I am a mother too. We are all mothers. And when you see your children, we are living in a country, we spend 20, 30, $100 buying shoes for our children over here. And someone is out there in a country somewhere, don't even have a dollar shoes, don't even have a backpack to go to school. When the year comes, they look and just do like this, where can they find a book and a pen to go to school? So every back to school, every year, the back to school, we ship a school supply, anything that will put a child to school. We do that. And last year I went in person and just help the children put a smile on their faces. We inaugurate the school that we built as well, and we gave them masks, sanitizer, and food. And we were sponsored by Sam's Club. So with all that, we get a lot of stuff and we help the children. So we all can come together and do more. Yes, there are a lot of non-profits out there, but out of them, you can become number one as well. So I believe in Speaker for a Change. I believe in all the women behind the Speaker for a Change, pushing, donating. I have one of my customer who is also my mentor. She's a psychologist. Every year, she can spend up to $100 buying books, pencil, school bags, and just come and drop it at the door and say, Sandra, just send it to the babies for me. We all can do it. All we ask is 20, 30, $10 can also change a child's life. Thank you, and back to you, Janine.
Thank you, Coach Sandra. Like Coach Sandra said, we definitely we love your support, and we're doing a lot of things. And among that, we're supporting the young girls. She has a mentoring group that she does mentoring, and together we've been working with Coach Sandra for a couple of years now, and she's doing amazing work. So please, this is your way to how to stay involved. So connect with Coach Sandra, and also with many of us that we supporting what she's doing. And there's a lot of stuff that you can be able to do. You know, beside the Speaker for Change, she's also a speaker, and she also mentor young men. So we're not forgetting our young men, even though it's a Women Month this month, but we do also mentor young men and young women as well. So thank you for talking about that, Coach Sandra. And at the last day on Sunday, we're gonna put all the information, and we asking you to get involved, because leadership also, it's about showing up, and you show up every day. So thank you so much. It looks like our speaker who was here, you know, not a long ago, looks like she stepped out or something, but that's okay. We can continue to talk and be able to share with our community. Merci beaucoup de connecter avec nous encore. Coach Sandra était en train de nous expliquer comment est-ce que nous pouvons être involved dans ce qu'elle fait, dans ce que nous faisons ensemble avec elle. Elle est en train de faire le mentoring pour les jeunes filles, pour les jeunes garçons. et nous voulons que nos enfants puissent continuer ce que nous avons commencé. Donc, en tant un leader authentique, tu dois être en mesure d'inspirer les autres et inspirer aussi la génération qui arrive après nous. Donc, c'est quelque chose que nous soulignons vraiment. Connecte-toi à nous si tu veux être connecté et savoir ce que tu peux faire pour nos enfants. Et chaque année, Coach Sandra, elle fait le fundraising pour amener de l'argent pour acheter des choses pour nos enfants. Elle a déjà commencé, elle a construit une école. Elle a besoin de soutien. C'est pas elle, mais c'est surtout nos enfants que nous voulons soutenir parce qu'elle fait déjà beaucoup, mais elle-même, elle ne peut pas. Donc, nous avons besoin de vos soutiens. Et dans le chat, il y a le website déjà et son numéro. Please contactez Coach Sandra ou bien moi-même. Comme ça, nous pouvons se connecter à vous pour vous montrer comment est-ce que vous pouvez aussi être involved dans ce que nous faisons. Parce que le leadership, c'est vraiment des actions. Il ne faut pas seulement parler, mais aussi des actions. C'est très important. All right, Coach Sandra.
I'm still muted talking.
Oh.
Merci, Coach Janine. Comme Coach Janine vient de le dire, oui, nous sommes là pour soutenir nos frères et nos petites frères, nos petits frères et nos petites sœurs du pays et surtout nos mamans. Au moment de ce COVID, nos mamans ne peuvent plus faire leur activité, ce qui fait que beaucoup d'enfants souffrent. Comment pouvons-nous les aider? Ensemble, on peut faire beaucoup. Et Janine a tout dit, I know we can do more. We can do more. The COVID shut down so many businesses in Africa because there is no support system in Africa that will help more like over here. And over here, yes, we are struggling too. But if you never been in Africa and face what we are facing, they are facing out there, then you will not understand. Yes, I know so many people. I bred a lady last year who told me, I love helping my people, but I've invested so much and I saw that the more I gave, the money wasn't reaching the children. So she gave up. But that day she went to my website and she read so many things, and you guess what? She didn't say anything. When I finished braiding her hair, she just went to Walmart close to me here and bought a lot of pad, a lot of shampoo, a lot of deodorant, and came back and just knock and say, Sandra, I trust you and I believe in your call because you are a woman who faces a lot and you know the pain of a human being. And she's just gave me all the package and I'm like, wow, I was surprised. Then I took all that home and guess what? Somebody got to do it. I was those girls yesterday who didn't even have panty to put on, who didn't even have clothes, who waits until someone don't want their bra. Then I take it because I wash it. As long as you gave it to me, it's not for you anymore. And I wear it proudly. But today I'm living in the best country in the world where everyone want to come but couldn't. Some are here but cannot chase the race. But we are in this race together. And I promise you out there listening that with the speaker for a change, your money will reach out. If I find 10 people, 20 women today say, okay, I'm ready to sponsor one child a year, one out of those 20, and we have 20 children. Guess what? We're going to have a lot. And also the speaker for a change just bought 28 hectares because of the project that we have coming. So we can build school for those children who cannot have any support. We can build a home for those children who don't, or those girls who were raped and chased out because the family doesn't believe in them, or the family don't want to see them and they see them as a disgrace to their family. Yes, we can embrace them with love because every girl deserves to be listened. Every girl deserves to go back to school no matter her condition. At age of 15, it happened to me. and the support system, the women that supposed to supported me, rejected me, abused me. Yes. So since then, I said to myself, I will clothe people, I will put a roof on people's head, I will do my best to help my sisters because I am my sister's keeper. So are you there listening? Are you your sister keepers? Are you the girls that need you today? Are you there to embrace them with love and to help them? If you are, then welcome to the Speaker for a Change family so that together we all can make the unthinkable thinkable. Something that people think cannot happen can happen because we are strong women, we are strong mothers, we are strong grandmas here. So just put it out there and say, from this conference, I'm going to reach out to Janine. I'm going to reach out to Sandra. I'm going to reach out to Miss Desandra. I'm going to reach out to Miss Pat. I'm going to reach out to Rosalyn, Miss Rhonda, because they are the lady that puts all this together. And how can we help? And from here, I want this message to reach out to all the women out there. Thank you. And don't forget, you can reach out to us at www.speakerforachange.co or speakerforachange.org. It's 2 websites. So thank you. And back to you, Janine.
All right, thank you so much. And so you have all the information that Coach Chandra has shared with you, how to be involved and how to be able to make sure that you are taking action, because it's good to listen. Definitely, we've been listening since March 1st. We've been, empowering women, but definitely we also want you to take action because you've been empowered. But now, after this conference, I hope that you don't have no more excuses because you are really unstoppable with all the amount of resources and tools that each speaker been coming and really sharing with you for free. You don't have no more excuses. So we really hope that you are taking notes. And at the end of the conference, we're going to share some of the notes with everybody in the community. So because we believe in sharing, it's caring. So we are all care about each other and we all care about empowering. So we'll be sharing all the notes from different speakers. We'll put it together and then we can be able to publish that so people can be able to remember this conference. And then I hope that this conference really push you to be the best leader that you can be, because you have been empowered every single day and you have the tools. So thank you so much. Our third speaker will be coming in by a little bit later because I think she's still on the road, but she will be definitely here very soon. But we can definitely continue to empower you guys and continue to make sure that you do stay connected to us and we stay connected to you. So continue to post in a comment if you have a question, if you want to share something, we are definitely open to that. Coach Sandra.
Thank you, Coach Janine. Yeah, you said it all. And like we say, and also we are consultants. We help people invest in Africa, and we do a lot. We are women on the run. We run because, yes, time is not on your side. Time is over. Stop sleeping. Go to the social media, type people, type organizations. When you see people, social media, I say, when you are out there, you are not using your phone to earn income, revenue, then you are wasting your time in this 21st century. 2021 is a year of restoration because the 2020, we faced a lot. It was like a storm. The storm is not over yet, because you all know what we all been through. Yes, but now gradually everything is going smoothly. But don't waste your time. When you go to social media, don't just go and watch some video that will not bring any change to you. Go listen to people speak, go listen to motivational speakers. How now Miss Jasandra just said something about cryptocurrency, something I've been learning watching the video, but I don't know how, because I'm looking for a place to invest also. So when she said it yesterday, I said, yes, I was looking for this. Those are the people you want to connect with. Before they say, oh, when you say Nigeria, they say, Nigerian people, they are this. But today, where they become the number one word, this number one word, that. Make sure you have those friends in your life. Social media is for connection. Social media is not just to come and do whatever you want or just vomit rubbish and go. No. Connect with people. We do a lot. You can become a partner. You can become whatever you want to become. The person who introduced me to Forever Living Business just met me. He's from Togo, but he met me on Facebook. And when he presented to me, I was like a Simon, and I did. And it's something very good. It's a health and wellness. Being a fitness trainer myself and nutritionist myself, I see that is something I can use to help many people who are struggling with their weight, who want to lose weight, who want to be healthy, who want to be this, and being twice a stroke survivor myself, diverticulitis, cancer, ovarian cancer, and Bell's palsy, so many things that I've faced. And I say, okay, I've read about it, I document it. And I say, okay, sign me. And today I see I don't buy stuff. I don't buy toothpaste. I don't buy soap. I don't buy this, because everything I want is under my website. You go and you just grab one. I can leave the website here for you and my ID number to connect with me with my our Forever Living business is 001 002 656 741. That's fbo.foreverliving.com. I will put it down here. You can check it out. Just become a customer, or you can become a partner, so that together we travel around the world. You meet people that you never ever dreamed of meeting, and living in the best hotel in the world, because I love traveling. That was what pushed me to sign up. So we don't only do one. So Janine is here. She's like my boss. I'm telling you, when it comes to business, I don't have a mouth to tell you. See how I'm talking? I cannot talk in front of her, because she says, Sandra, When she starts saying, then I know things are not the way it's supposed to. So thank you so much. And I'm gonna pass her so she can explain to you, talk to you a little bit more about the With You solution and what we do, how we do things. Thank you, Janine, back to you.
You were just doing perfect. You were doing fine. You don't need. You're explaining very good. Yes, we do a lot. We have many hats. So definitely, what Coach Sandra was saying, that we are a consulting firm with you solution, and we do match investors with projects. We help company and business owners to really bring the message or the business global. So that's what we do. And we would love to talk to you more about that, if you definitely, that's something that you want, because we think that a lot of people, or people who are connected to us, they also want the message and the business to be global. So connect with us, and we can be able to sit down and have a consultation with you, so we can go through and show you really the blueprint, really how to bring business in Africa, or how to bring your message as a speaker in Africa the right way. Because there's many people that they go in Africa, and they think that they'll be able to make some money and be able to go and enjoy themselves and really bring business, but they go there and find some all different issues. And I would definitely say that they were not prepared. They didn't have a team with them. So that's why we always here to support you and your business. Or if you're a speaker, we definitely make sure that you are supported. And once you start planning and go global, we can be able to support you in that way. So we offer different services with your solution. One of our partners, it's Sandra. She's always connecting me with different people in different countries. So with you solution has a lot of consultants, and we are very glad that we connected globally, and we will be able to support you in any capacity. We will be sharing also another event coming up at the end of the month, where we bringing experts who are definitely focusing on the idea on how to bring business or how to invest in Africa the right way. So that also it's coming up. Stay tuned. We will be able to share the information at the end of the conference, and that will be with you solution. So I will also put all the information at the end in the box, in our comment box, so you can be able to read more about us and see how we can stay connected. Okay? Coach Sandra.
Yes, thank you, Coach Janine, and thank for just making it happen. That when that start, I'm no, I don't have power anymore. So the boss is talking. I only say yes, boss, yes, boss. So thank you. We're still waiting and on the next speaker. We're gonna be talking and chatting till everything come, and that's it. We are here, and tomorrow we're gonna be on to again till Sunday. You don't want to miss the last day because it's gonna be phenomenal. I'm gonna be the keynote speaker, and we have some stuff we wanna show. We don't want to talk about it yet. It's gonna be a surprise, and you wanna be in that Sunday. And it's gonna surprise all of you because all of us love surprises. So we wanna say all that, but Sunday is a big day for us. So connect, and share this, and we're gonna put all the video, upload all the videos on on YouTube.
Onto YouTube and Facebook.
YouTube, and link all the speakers so that they're gonna share it. When you meet all the video, please share it. Partagez pour que ça, so that we can reach out to people. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you so much.
Looks like
maybe
the next.
You can have some few minutes. You can reflect and just take a little break and meditate with all the stuff that today you received this morning, this afternoon. So just take a little break and just be able to go over your notes and just breathe a little bit, go to the bathroom or drink water. And then we'll be back here in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then probably our speaker will be here very shortly. Okay?
Thank you. Did you have let me stop the recording first.
Yes, please.
Let me just pause it. Yes.
At the
welcome, Miss Tara.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good, and you? Happy to have you.
Say that again?
Happy to have you.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Coach Sarah. Definitely, we were just talking, so people can take a little break, go drink some water, go into the bathroom, because we are here for a good, And I was telling them a little bit about you, because I kind of get a chance to read on your website. I said, we have this topic actually about leadership. It's really applied to what she does. She's a trainer. She does, coaching and, professional development. It's really something that you are very, very familiar with. So everybody was this, okay, we're gonna definitely be ready to receive and to be able to empower. So I'm glad that you were able to say yes to my quick invitation, short minute. I'm glad because I've been watching and listening to you. So, oh yeah, I need to connect with her.
I'm glad we had a chance to finally talk, right?
Absolutely. So it's really an honor. And I'm sure, after the conference, we can be able to, talk to each other more and bring all. That's really what we're going to be doing in the month of April, bringing back all our speakers now solo, because I'm going to have an interview with each one of you guys, and people can be able to get to know you more in depth, and they can be able to have all your links and all your information, so they can be able to reach out to you guys, because that's the purpose of really collaborating right now, and be able to empower one another.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask, for the ladies that have been here, and like, I don't know, my style's a little different. I mean, I can talk, but like, I like to engage. I like to, I'm a people, I need the energy. So, so for me, I may veer, not give a straight talk. I mean, I will for part of it in the beginning, but I do like to open it up and like just ask some questions in the chat, and if people, chime in, things like that.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. Feel free, definitely.
All right,
definitely feel free.
Sounds great.
Love your hair.
You like my gray hair?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
The blend is so beautiful.
You know what's funny? I started going gray in my 20s, right? I had some strands here and there, right? But then it all clustered in one spot.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
It's crazy, right? I'm embracing it all,
Yes.
That's what leaders do. That's what we do. We just embrace it all.
Exactly.
Embrace it all. So it's Sandra, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sandra.
That's my co-host. She's an amazing woman. You get a chance to listen to her. She's an amazing woman too.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, looking forward. Yeah, it's. I have been on computers like all day in meetings. I was just finishing up at work training when you called. And so I was like, I had to take a moment because I was like,
yes, just to freshen up and eat something.
Yeah, I had to go get some water, take a bathroom break, turn off the phone, side of me.
Perfect.
And now, actually, what I'm going to do is log out of work right now, because I am supposed to log out at 4:30. So I better do it now. That way, I don't have to think about it after.
Okay. Where are you located, Coach Tara?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, I used to live in Vermont.
Oh, a few hours away.
Yes.
I'm just sending you a friend request on Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's all about connecting.
Yes.
So where are you ladies at?
I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Oh, that's where my husband's from, Virginia. He's from Suffolk originally, though.
Suffolk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He still has some family down there, though.
Okay.
How about I am in Texas. I'm in Dallas.
Oh, okay. All right. We're all over the place here. Okay.
Yes,
we are. That's why I think with the Central Time and Easter Time and
that's why I got confused, because I was like, I don't know what time I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, we had a lady here, I think two days ago. She's Pacific from California. She was on by 8 o'clock. I was like, oh my God. She, totally confused.
Oh, so you started your time, Central?
Yes.
Okay.
So she was here since like 8 o'clock. So I feel like, oh my God, she was very early.
And another one also messaged me this morning at 9 o'clock and said, I'm already connected, but the room is still closed. I'm like, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock.
I know. Yeah, we need to go better at that. We need to work on that. Next time, definitely make sure that we are really, really sensitive to that. And the people in Africa too. That's another thing. Because
that's another thing.
Because we have to count like 7 hours or 8 hours of difference.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, ladies.
Are we ready? I think Miss Tara is really, really ready for us. Let's deliver and receive. The Lord is faithful. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ah.
thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again, Coach Sandra. And we have the privilege to have Coach Tara with us. We are very honored since Tuesday. We had the conference, we started the conference. So I'm going to be going between French and English because we have a lot of people too watching from outside of US. We are a global organization. So merci beaucoup de nous avoir suivis depuis mardi après-midi jusqu'à maintenant. Donc, merci beaucoup à Coach Sandra et puis avec toutes les femmes qui ont intervenu depuis là jusqu'en ce moment. Et nous, encore cet après-midi, nous revenons avec une autre coach qui s'appelle Coach Tara. Elle va nous parler parce qu'elle est coach de leadership. Donc, le sujet qu'on est en train de parler depuis mardi après-midi, c'était comment être un leader authentique. Donc, elle va continuer avec ce sujet et elle va nous donner beaucoup d'éléments encore, comment faire, comment continuer dans le parcours d'un leader authentique. Merci beaucoup. Vous qui nous suivez sur Facebook ou bien YouTube, restez connectés. Merci. Thank you, Coach Tara. I know it was really kind of the last minute we cannot connect because I really felt like this subject of being an authentic leader, it really resonates with what you do every day. So it was really my pleasure when I reached out to you. And I was like, let me definitely see if she can be able to be part of us and be able to empower others. So you have the floor,
All
Coach
right.
Tara.
All right. Can you hear me okay out there?
Yes.
All right, great. So thank you, everyone. First and foremost, I appreciate the ask to come in and to talk with everyone. And I'm really honored because, I think about the journey that I've been on just as an individual, as a female, but also a female leader, and then a female leader who decided a couple of years ago to start her business in training and development. And, so even though I have I have the things that people always, hope to attain in life, the accolades, the stable employment that I've had in my investor, which is my day job for over 20 years in supervisory and management role. I've had the honor of, finishing 2 degrees, finishing my undergraduate degree in communications and my graduate degree in organizational management. The family, the kids, the cars, the whole thing. Only thing I didn't have was the white picket fence, right? But and with all those things, and I'm grateful for all of those things that I've had the opportunity to have in my life. What people didn't know about me was that, I struggled a lot with my confidence. Having skills, having a skill set, having the ability to lead and to supervise and to train and to coach others. Inside, I questioned if I could show up for me. I questioned my confidence. I questioned all the skills that I had learned and acquired through school and, the educational realm. I still kept saying there was something missing. There was something missing in me. What was that? And it wasn't until I was able to really just kind of take some inventory. But the first thing I did was I gave myself permission to go to a particular conference back in like about 2017, a professional development conference. And I remember at that conference, the person really spoke to me and they really affirmed a lot of the thoughts that I held inside, but never told anyone about. And it was like they were speaking to me. And it was like, Tara, it's okay for you to show up. It's okay for you to be you. It's okay for you to step out and do something different. It's okay to just be okay. And when I decided after leaving that conference, my life actually was never the same after that day. And I remember coming home thinking, one, my head was on a whirlwind because I had heard so much information. And I remember thinking, wow, you really have been living below your potential and you didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the outside, what people saw was someone who was, again, in these positions of leadership, in these positions of leading teams and speaking and training and doing all the things that I really love to do, but that inner voice. And I think, hopefully I'm not alone here, but some of you may have that little inner voice. And sometimes that inner voice isn't so kind to us. That inner voice is often called what I call the inner critic. It's that person who says, who are you to do this? Who are you to step outside of what you've been normally doing day to day? Who says it's okay for you to do that? And when I started to quiet that voice, it was then that I said, it's time for me to step out a little bit differently and step out a little bit more boldly. And through time, and this really gets me to where I'm going to talk a little bit more about, and this is why I'm actually in the place I am today, because I decided once I went back to school, which was something, which I'll just step back for a moment, which was something that when I went back for my graduate degree, it was something I had always wanted to do. It was a personal goal of mine because it didn't happen in the way I thought it was supposed to happen, which was I finished undergrad, you get on that bus and you get right into the next program and go on to graduate school. And it didn't happen that way because I wasn't accepted into the program that I had wanted to be accepted into. And what happened was that's what I realized when I traced back, that's what shook my confidence. That's what shook me. And it actually got me stuck. It got me stuck for several years. So I finished my undergraduate in 1992. I didn't go back to graduate school until 2011. So you do the math. How many years did that take me to go back to say that, you have the smarts, you have the ability, you can do it. It's okay to show up. And when I went back to school and I finished in 2015, I said, you conquered a personal goal. Now you have the evidence to keep going and do more. Do more. Sometimes we feel like because we've attained a certain place that we cap out. No, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. There's more. There's more. And it's all about giving yourself the permission to say, there's more. So where I am and what I started to do today, and what I decided actually a few years ago, was to decide I had always wanted to start my own business. And I knew I wanted to train people in personal development and learning how to up level their lives. And I said, it's time to stop thinking about it. Just like school, it was time to stop thinking about it and just say, do it. Do it. I know we hear the cliche with Nike's ad about just do it, but the reality is you just have to do it. You just have to start. You have to make the choice. Once you make the choice, then you start to make your decisions differently. Then you start to make commitments. And you don't make commitments to anyone else. You make commitments to you. You make a commitment to yourself. And you decide that it's okay for me to show up and be me. So this is where I am today. And this is why I love what I do right now. So even though I have my 9 to 5, I didn't let that stop me from starting my business. And it's just about 2 years old. Actually, February this year was 2 years old with my business. And look at that. The second year of my business, I declare COVID happens, right? So I could have just curled right up and said, wow, Tara, what did you do? Should you have done this now? Now look, you're limiting what you can do. Oh my God, what actually ended up happening was things like this here, like an opportunity like this to reach more people virtually, right? So I had to shift my mindset. And this is why I'll get into a little bit. But so when I decided to declare my business and start to unfold some of the things and unpack all the things I had learned over the years, how could that be a gift to someone else? How could that be something that helps or propels somebody else's mindset to change from where I used to be of thinking wasn't enough, didn't have the confidence, wasn't smart enough, wasn't sure of herself, to someone who says, I have a seat at the table because I'm pulling up my own chair. I'm not going to wait for someone to give me an invitation sometimes. Sometimes I'm just going to make my own noise and show up, right? And just show up. And as women, especially as women, because we are so, our identities are so wrapped in our families and our children, sometimes our job and being a caregiver, that we can often put ourselves at the last part of the line or in the back of our own line. And then we don't have we don't have enough poured into us to keep us going and to sustain us. And people will ask me all the time, a lady I was working with, she's like, do you ever sleep? Because she thinks I'm doing things, but I pace myself. But I will say this, when I decided to step into what I feel is my gift, I have tons of energy because of it. Because I'm working in my, what I call my zone of genius. I work
Yes.
in the place that really fuels me and that really fires me up. So when I have something like this here, like, I'm ready to go. I can sleep later. I can sleep later.
Yeah.
But I say that because I want all of you out there to know, if you're sitting on your gift or you're sitting on a talent, let someone know, let someone support you, tell someone what you're up to, right? It's okay. It's okay to, we're beings that are so multidimensional. We don't have to
Mhm.
get caught up in thinking it just has to be this way, this way, this way. Like, the world is our playground. It
Yes.
really is our playground. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to step and play in this playground too, because although we've been distant, we've been socially distant, we've been
Mhm.
able to connect in different ways and to really share our mission, share our gifts, share who we are with so many other people, that this is just another way for us to continue, continue and playing in that playground. So what I do today is, especially around leadership, my team and my daytime work is about 35 people. And one thing I learned when I started stepping out into my zone in terms of like my business, I started to show up differently in my 9 to 5, because I wasn't feeling as if I was just on this one track in my life and this is
Mhm.
all I was going to do forever.
Mhm.
So when
Yes.
I widened my circle and I let a little bit of my personal and professional mix, it was a good blend. It was a good blend for me. So I ask you out there, what is it that you can do? How can you challenge yourself to say, you know what, I'm only operating in this lane. How can I widen my lane a little bit further? How can I tap into other people, other resources, other networks to say, I'd like to do something like that too. I'd like to speak, or I'd like to train people in growing themselves personally and professionally. I'd like to help people change their mindsets and let them know it just doesn't have to be one way. There are many ways. Like, tap into those resources, tap into these ladies here, right, that are putting this conference on, and know, like, there are other people out there that are doing something similar that you want to do. And as my coach would say, right, you hook your caboose to their train, and you learn from others, and you continue
Yeah.
to invest in yourself in the journey, right? Because a
Mhm.
lot of what I do requires late nights, requires late nights and early mornings, but I wouldn't change it for the world, because it's really just given me a whole different frame of reference around how I look at my life, how I look at how I can serve other people, so that where I was once stuck, I can show them that there's a way where you can totally get out of where you were about being stuck. And being stuck sometimes can be a bit of a choice, but it also can be when you just don't know what else to do. You look at the resources around you, you look at other people, and you say, what is it about that individual that could help me or propel me to a different place. So I know I've been talking, I've been just kind of going, but if there are any comments that people have or questions that they want to put in the chat, please feel free. Like, I miss, because being a trainer, I'm always used to being in the room with people, so I feed off energy. So having this glass is different. So just feel free to put comments or any questions that you have, and I'm sure one of the ladies here, the co-host, will just read something out to me and let me know. Um,
Mhm.
but what I do today, and what I've been doing over the last several years and several months into this year, it's just really taking inventory of opportunities that have been presented to me, and also opportunities that I seek out, right? Because as I was saying before, sometimes when we are doing things, we may not know where to go or what to do, but you ask others, or you ask others for support, but you also have to do your due diligence. You got to study. You got to perfect your craft. You've got to practice. Actually, on my business page on Facebook, it's under Tara Hall Inspired Solutions. Each Thursday, I do Success Tip Thursday. And where this started from is one of the things that I started and when I built into my business. I'm a certified Jack Canfield Success Principles trainer. So for those of you out there who may or may not be familiar with him, but he has been in the personal growth and development industry for many years. He is a co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, which I believe also made the Guinness Book of World Records too. But I studied under him because what I learned was his infamous book called The Success Principles is really all about transformational training. It's a transformational mindset shift to how do I get from here to here? How do I get from where I am to where I want to be? And in order for me to get that certification, I had to do all the work. I had to do all the work, right? It wasn't just a piece of paper that was mailed to me. Hey, you passed. No. It was all about taking personal inventory of where was I in my life and how was I going to make it look different? How was I going to show up different? And then I had to chronicle my whole journey as part of that work to say and show that I had done the work, because I can't be out here training and coaching and teaching others if I haven't started with me first. So always know, no matter what you do, you will have to do the work. You will have to do the work. And when I speak with people about, when I do discovery calls about, they have a goal they want to achieve, we really spend time and talk about, what is it that you really want? And a lot of times I have to ask that question like 5 times. What do you want? What do you really want? What do you want? Because the first couple of times that I ask the question, maybe about like by the 3rd time, the first couple of responses are a little surfacey. By the time I get to the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time, we got a little deeper into what someone really has like laser focused in on what they want for their goal. And then we have a place to start. And that was the same exact thing I had to do. I had to keep saying, Tara, what do you really want? What do you really want? I wanted a shift in my career. That didn't happen at the time frame that I wanted it to happen. So I said, you know what? Now it's time for you to decide to pull the trigger on that business and start doing what you really want. And then when I put it out in the atmosphere, this is what I want, then all of my actions beneath that started to align. And now I'm in the direction, here I am 2 years later, right? Leading in, operating in the steps of where I want to be. And I still got many more steps to go. So please believe me, okay? The journey is not over here. So I'm just letting you know. I haven't arrived anywhere. I haven't arrived anywhere. I just want you to know I'm just more aligned in my purpose and in my steps of where I want to be. So the more I have clarity about where I want to go, the more I'll take those steps that lead me in that direction. So what if I have time, what I'd love to do is just to give you a couple of at least 2 success principles that I train and coach in. I train and coach in all of them, but these are the ones that kind of always are the foundational ones. So the first one is actually an equation, and it's E plus R equals O, right? E plus R equals O. All right, so what this stands for is events plus response equals outcome. Events plus response equals outcome. Now, this is one of the foundational principles of success. It's built on a premise which says, I take 100% responsibility for my life. When you take this premise, you also have to do a couple of things. You have to give up a couple of things. You have to give up blaming, and you have to give up complaining. And those are hard, because if I probably asked all of you, have you complained about something in the last 24 hours? Would you raise your hand and say that you did?
Yes.
Right? So the way this success equation works is event. A lot of times we have things that happen outside of our control, okay? We can talk about the pandemic, for example. That was something that none of us had control over, right? That's the event. The response is, how do we how do we respond to the situation? Okay, it's our thoughts, it's our actions, and it's our vision. This is the place where we call, if you circle the R on your paper, if you wrote that down, the R is your power zone. The R is your power place. This is where you always have control over, you have control over your behavior, you have control over your actions, and you have control over your vision and how you see yourself now and how you see yourself in the future. And then the O is the outcome. So if you change your R, you change your O. So how you respond has a direct impact on your outcome. So I'll use myself as an example. So with the pandemic, right? That's the event. The response is, I started my business, right? Contracts I had for training that were supposed to happen in person, gone, didn't happen. So what was my response? I was upset about it, but the reality was there was nothing I could do. So what was now my change response? My response is, okay, you can't be in the room with people, but can you offer your services online and do virtual trainings? Yeah, right. So that was my response. So my outcome, I still get to keep doing what I want to do, but it looks differently. So remember, circle the R. The R is your power zone. Control your R, you control your O. A lot of times people blame the event for their outcome. They make the equation E equals O. You don't want to do E equals O, because that means you've given your power to the event that happened. You want to always retain your power as that individual, as that leader, and that leader, when I talk about leadership, that leader is you at home as the head of household. That leader is you running your business. That leader is you, serving in your community in whatever capacity that is. So for me, leader is very broad. And if you're in a place where you have impact, you can make an influence, and people are following you, you by definition are a leader. But the leader operates in the equation E plus R equals O. The leader doesn't operate in the equation E equals O, because then you've given your power away and you throw your hands up and think you have no control. The other success equation I want to leave you with is it goes like this. You're going to write these down 4 times. SW, 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 SW. What does this stand for? If you're a person in business, or again in leadership, whatever capacity, say you're trying to lead a team, you're trying to get across a concept or an idea, this is how it will come into play. Some will, some won't, some are waiting, and so what? So if you take those 4 SWs and you apply that to you, and I'll use the example, if you say you have a business and you're leading a team, some will jump on board, some will be right in it with you, and some won't. And you've got to do some work to try to get them on your team or get them aligned with where your vision is. Some people are waiting. They're waiting to be corralled and want your guidance and want your leadership to help them along, right? Some will, some won't, some are waiting, and so what? Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you had hoped, but you go back to your success equation. E plus R equals O. Look at your response to the situation. What is your action? What is your behavior? What is that self-talk? And remember that self-talk is what you want to affirm to yourself positively, right? Because we all have, as I started out talking in the beginning, I had that inner critic getting in my way of saying that I couldn't do certain things. No one else told me I couldn't do these things. It was me. It was me stopping me, right? So when I had to learn to now control my R better, and when I did that, that's when I started leading to the different outcomes that I have today. And so I just want to, I know I don't want to, speak over time, but I do want to I want to at least give you a couple of the over 60 principles around success that can be beneficial to just starting to look at yourself first. And that 100% responsibility first success equation is really key, because all the other principles, honestly, they won't make any impact if you don't have the first one under control, because it starts here. It starts with you as the individual. So I'm going to stop there. Let me know if there's any questions, comments, or ladies co-hosts, let me know if there's anything that you want me to speak on or clarify. I'd be happy to.
Thank you so much, Coach Tara. Those are very good nuggets that you just dropped. Oh, wow. That's definitely, especially when you talked about the E plus R and O, that a lot of time that when we're doing an event, and, I just want to give you a perfect example what happened to us on Tuesday morning. Technology was really trying, that I'm just going to say that. But it did not stop us. That was definitely we had to do different way. We had to be adjust. And that's one of the things that I know that a leader, an authentic leader, need to be able to do that quickly as possible, so you can be able to, because the people are definitely wanting to see a response, how you respond to the things happening to you. So you just hit the nail where we just experienced that on Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for saying that. I wanted to ask you about your mindsets. When I'm glad that you talked about your own journey, about how nobody was really telling you that you can't do this, or you can't go back to school, or you can't do this kind of goal, but it was your personal goal. But it took you a while to be able to go back to that. Can you talk more about your mindset and how you also evolve? You cannot really work on yourself for your personal work. Can you talk about that?
Sure, sure. The mindset was this, and I'll have to tell you, because I think it started out with one view that I had, and this view started with how I was raised. Okay, so we're so conditioned and socialized based on how we are raised by our families, our immediate settings, school socialization. And here I'm in the United States, and I know we're streaming in different places, right? So what your worldview is like where you are could be very different from mine. But mine was, you go to school, you get your education, you get a good job, and you have a good life. That's just pretty much it, right? So I was always a person who loved school from the time I was very young. So I prided myself on school and doing well. But once I had kind of attained the things that, we say we should get, that's where I became a little bit complacent in some parts of my life, because I said, okay, well, I attained what I think I'm supposed to attain, but I feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's something a little empty there. And that's when I said, I look at, a lot of people, I follow different people, but I follow people online, and I'm no person afraid of YouTube either, right? So I go look up stuff, and I find people who I think are inspirational to me. And I start to listen, and I start to hear these messages that are like, yeah, they keep resonating with me about what else is different in your life, or are you just complacent? Are you just happy where you are? And some people are. They're happy with where they are. My husband and I were like total opposites, right? So, I'm like, you could be doing dun 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 dun. He's like, no, I'm fine. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. I like what I do, and this is me. But he understands and appreciates me, that I'm kind of a driven person, which I always knew I was, but I wasn't always acting on it in other ways. Like on the job, like I got promoted, I kept moving up and up and up, and all that was great. But then I was like, okay, I still need another challenge. Like, I still think there's something else. And it's not that I'm unhappy with what I have. I don't want to misconstrue that, but I felt really driven I felt driven, and I knew that I had other gifts that I just thought I could tap into. And once I started tapping into them for me first, that came with personal development programs, that came with audiobooks, that came with reading. So some of these things that I do, they are just part of my habit. And I haven't watched television probably in over 3 years, I would say, or just about 3 years. So when we talk about mindset shift, I had to take inventory of what were things that were taking my time that really weren't fruitful for me, right?
Mhm.
So when I realized that wasn't fruitful for me and I started getting into the personal development and understanding it, that's when my mindset shifted, right? It was I was going to bed listening to audios, I'm listening to affirmations, I'm listening to all these other things that challenge my thinking. And the more that started to pour into me, the more it just became part of me. It became part of me. And then I felt more aligned with where I was going. And I think there was a second part to your question. I'm not sure if I answered the whole thing.
Oh no, I think you kind of mentioned definitely your personal growth, because you had to evolve to that, because that was really the beginning when you started. Now, my second question to you is like, from your beginning, when you definitely wanted to do more, and you wanted, in your first year, let's say, how can you just share in few sentences, somebody who is listening to you or what, and really wants to decide as well, but they still really, doubting themselves, or they, oh, I don't have this ready, I don't have this, that ready. Can you definitely encourage somebody like that?
Oh man, I love that question because this is something I had to do. I had to do this, and this was part of my training and part of the transformational work that I had to do. So this is home for everybody out there who is like questioning and doubting maybe a little bit of their next steps, or I don't have everything ready to do it yet, right? It's called a success log. Okay, it's called, well, you can call it a success log or a victory log. So the homework is this: you have to come up with 100 successes or victories that you've had in your life. You start back as early as the
Mm.
earliest memory you have of yourself. Okay, you could have the earliest memory at 3 years old, 5 years old, whatever that is. And then you're going to take that all the way up to how old are you today. And a little hint, you can break it down in intervals. You can go from like age 5 to 10, age 10 to 15, 15 to 20. You could just keep breaking it out in intervals. And at each interval, come up with at least 10. Come up with at least 10 victories or successes that you define as success in your life. Now, these could be so easy, right? This could be as simple as, you know what? I learned to ride a bike when I was 4. Or I got my first award for perfect attendance when I was 7. Like, you have to go back and dig. And these are some of the things I also do with the people that I work with. I challenge them to go back. And the reason why I do this with them is because I want them to know they had prior victories and successes way before they got to the place where they are today.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times we forget, we just keep going. We just move on to the next. We want the next shiny object, And sometimes we have to slow down and say, what are the things I did already? Wow, I forgot I got that award at work. I forgot I was acknowledged for this, or I forgot that time I helped somebody overcome X, Y, and Z. So when you have that inventory or that log, for me, that's what helped me see that, you know what, Tara, you have evidence that shows you've done some things before, or you have evidence to show you're capable.
Mhm.
That's what will help restore your confidence. That's what helps restore you to feel balanced, and to not doubt yourself as much, right? Because for all those positive things that happen, we probably have anywhere between 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and a good portion of those are negative. So you're always trying to you always want to counteract the negative, and things like affirmations, your success log, positive mantras are things that you have to constantly keep feeding yourself all the time. Because if you think about, how old you are, now, and if you're looking at your success log, you have been on this earth for quite a while. And it
Yeah,
wasn't all bad.
right.
It wasn't all bad. But it's a way to kind of interrupt the brain from thinking the negative thought. That's why I said I would go to sleep listening to audios and to what they call paraliminals, because those are things that feed your subconscious. And you have to interrupt a lot of that negative stuff that we just got conditioned to over time. A lot of
Mhm.
times we're not even recognizing that we have a negative thought. It just happens. It just
Thank you
happens.
so much for that. Absolutely. this we can even go on and on about that. This is amazing, and that's why I'm telling you guys that I'm glad that everybody's here. And even though you're watching us through YouTube or Facebook, but definitely all these speakers, they will be coming back for more. In the month of April, we're going to do an interview, a solo interview. So again, you don't want to miss. Reach out to Coach Tara. She will definitely give you the tools to be able to continue on your journey as an authentic leader. Or you definitely undecided. She's going to help you through, give you clarity. She's going to give a lot of exercise and activity. So I'm already took a lot of notes. So thank you so much, Coach Tara. We are very, very pleased that you came, and we're gonna continue. We will put at the end of the conference your links and all your social media so people can be able to reach out to you. And we have more to do together because
Absolutely, this is just the beginning.
That's the beginning.
Hey, this is like the title of my last book that I actually just released in this year, called Emerging, right? So this is just the beginning of emerging, right? Emerging into new relationships and new connections. And
absolutely,
so for those of you out there, this is, take advantage of, all of the speakers and all of, things that they've shared, just connect, right? Because there's no reason to feel stuck. Like it's a total choice, and it's a place you can absolutely move from. Just got to make the choice to do it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach Tara. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Coach Sandra.
Yes, Coach. Now I have another mentor added to all my mentors, being a leadership trainer myself, which I got through the John Maxwell team. I've learned a lot right now, Coach, and thank you for sharing. Give up on blaming and complaining. Yes, I wish we all can stop blaming, complaining. You are not the only one who have a problem. You don't know what the person sitting beside you is going through, but they kept pushing every day to become the number one or successful. So stop blaming, stop complaining, whining and talking, and don't just go. Act. Action is everything. Now there is action. If you cannot do it, the social media is there. Search, look for people. Now we have a Coach Tara here. Go to her social media, message her, and you're gonna have a way of talking to her, getting trained. We are all here. We have all the mentors, they are all here. And connect with Janine. You can connect with me, or just message them, and they're gonna be there for you. And thank you so much. E plus R equals O.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
Response, outcomes. So I've learned a lot. I'm just writing and writing and writing. So thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach. And I don't know. We just made it again. Having you last minute is something like, yes. So thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And yes, now we are at the end of our conference, but we are very glad because today again was really amazing to connect with all these great speakers. I'm sure your notebook is almost full because I've been taking notes, because we are here to empower you every single day. I'm very glad that Coach Sandra and I really are committed to this. So that's why we're bringing you all these great speakers and trainers that can be able to give you more, because we don't want to hear, you don't have excuses. We brought to you so many people that they'll be able to identify where you are and you can be able to continue. So we're going to be posting a lot of links of all the speakers and all the notes, and some of them they promised to share their presentation so we can be able to give it to you for free. Yes. So take advantage for this and be able to continue to connect with them, to connect with us. And it's all about empowerment, and that's what we're doing all this month, and we started also since Tuesday afternoon. So thank you for being here again. Coach Sandra, last word before we close up for today and come back tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Coach Janine. Thank you, ladies. And thank you. This is our day 3 out of the 6 days that we put together to celebrate women. Everything about this conference is celebrating women, uplifting women, congratulating, and everything. Because we women, we do a lot and we forgot celebrating who we are. Sometimes we give it all and become empty. Make sure you feel yourself, you feel your sister out. Some women are doing a lot, but no one is hearing. How can we put them out there? They need your support. They need someone to say, okay, how can we help? That's all. This conference is all about how can a sister help another sister? Another sister who is doing something out there that another sister needs to know. Maybe someone, a neighbor, is going through domestic abuse or is facing molestation, something they don't even know where to go, which company, the organization to run to. You may know the information and pass it on. That's how we put all this together just to empower you out there. So if you are a woman out there, a girl out there, a girl can become a woman within 2, 3, 4 years. So when I always say every girl is a woman as well. So say that and share this with your mom, your sister, your aunt, anyone out there that you know need to learn about these women, those great speakers that we are having on this platform. And we're going to be open tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Central Time. Whenever you're going to be connected from, just make sure the room will be open at by 10:45 is Central Eastern Time is already open. So connect, connect, connect. Thank you all, lady, for joining for the whole day today. And we love you. Thank you. Back to you, Janine.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup d'être avec nous. Vous avez été avec nous depuis ce matin. C'était excellent. On a eu des présentatrices. Elles étaient vraiment là et elles ont partagé avec nous beaucoup d'éléments, surtout pour le leadership. Donc, merci beaucoup. Et restez connectés encore cet après-midi avec coach Sarah. On a eu beaucoup d'informations avec Rhonda, avec Rosalyn. C'était vraiment, vraiment très bien. Et j'espère que vous êtes en train de prendre note parce que écrivez, il ne faut pas oublier, il ne faut pas souvent enjoy the moment, comme on dit en anglais, mais après, tu vas oublier. Donc, j'espère que tu es en train de prendre note parce que c'est très important. Dans le parcours que tu es en tant que leader, tu es vraiment appelé à practice. Ce n'est pas seulement écouter, mais c'est le temps de pratiquer. Merci beaucoup et on se revoit demain matin. Merci, Coach Sandra.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Coach Tara. I love you guys and happy evening. And love you guys.
Thank you.
All right.